I'm Audrey Barnes, Communications Director for the City of Laurel. This is the official debut of a new show we're airing on Laurel TV called Laurel Community Spotlight. It's a chance for us to tell you about some exciting events that will be coming up soon, and we'll also use this show to share some important information for Laurel residents and business owners. We're shining the spotlight on three important things today. First of all, the merger of the Laurel Hurricanes and the Laurel Stallions football teams and what that means for your children. The spring cleanup season is underway, and the Department of Public Works wants to make sure that you know which items are recyclable, which ones aren't, and the proper way to bag everything up so it's not left behind on your pickup day. And then finally, we're kicking off the spring and summer outdoor season with a preview of Lake Fest. It takes place in 2 weeks at the Granville Lutie Park. Now, I know that's a lot to tackle, so let's get started. Joining me today to talk about the merger of these two football powerhouses are John Livish. You're formerly of the Laurel Hurricanes. Now you're the Vice President on the Pop Warner side of the Laurel Stallions. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate that. Ava Livis is here. You're the team administrator.
Yes.
And then we also have Andre Sams, the new president of the newly merged Laurel Stallion. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
So, John, let me start with you.
Okay.
Laurel Hurricanes, very successful football program. What made you decide to think about a merger?
Well, Audrey, it was a couple of reasons why we decided. As a lot of people probably know, around here in the Laurel area, it was several teams, several football teams in the area. And it just seemed like the kids start running out and it just needed places to go. And Audrey, we met Audrey a couple of years back at a football registration. And we had been kind of like sending kids to his organization that wouldn't make weight, or he would send kids to my organization that wouldn't be able to meet the Pop Warner standards or the AAU standards, because there's two sides to this, Pop Warner as well as AAU. And it was just like back and forth. We would always send people back and forth. We had a lot of the same values. We had a lot of the same goals. We had a lot of the same things that we were both interested in. And so as the kids started aging out of the program, you know, we started getting older. My kids were graduating, going to college. His kids were getting older, my wife's kids. We just kind of started talking back and forth about maybe possibly becoming one, just as a reality.
So a merger with the Laurel Stallions was a given, right, Andre? What's it been like since the two teams have merged together?
It's been great. We couldn't ask for a better program to merge with us. They're just like family. Like he said, all the same values we have. We share the tutoring program, kids, weighted football and unweighted football. I mean, it's just great for the community.
So what do parents need to know about this merger? Will the teams be age only, weight and age? How are you set up?
Well, we're set up to handle both right now. With the age-only football program, kids come in there, they can play based on their age, so they play football with their peers. But with the weighted football, of course, they're seeing they have to step on the scales and balance out and see exactly where they can actually play for the Pop Warner side. So parents, they have their choice. They can choose either side now.
So how are you going to outfit all of these youngsters that want to play football? Because those Laurel Hurricane uniforms are falling by the wayside. How will you do that?
Well, it's kind of hard. That's where we need the community to step in and help out and say, hey, we want to donate this or donate that. We also give back to the communities. We step out and we do family days. We go out, we pick up trash. You know, we help out the community, so we just expect the community to try and help out with our programs. So
we should look for some information on fundraising and things like that coming up?
Absolutely.
Okay. So Ava, let me talk to you a little bit about the other things that are involved in this merger. It's not just football, right?
Absolutely. We also have cheerleading, and as Andre mentioned, we have a tutoring program, and we have added jump rope this year. So it's going to be a pretty robust program, and we're excited about all the things that we can offer.
And you guys are not just playing football; you're winning championships. Brag on your teams a little bit. What have you done? You guys are always winning the championships, right?
Well, since being out there in the area, we've been going now for like 4.5 to 5 years. Every year, we're always competing with at least 4 teams making it to the playoffs. We've had 1 championship. Even we're also doing basketball, and our basketball program has been very successful. We still have teams competing right now in AAU, basketball, but we've also brought home 2 championships in basketball. Football, every year we're competing in football. We've brought home 1 championship trophy in football, and every year we're competing, making it to the playoffs and possibly championships with football.
So for Laurel's athletes, this is the team to be on, right?
Absolutely.
So what about the season? Are you signing up kids now? And where
Yes,
do they
we
go
are.
to do that?
They can go to our website, www.laurelstallions.com, and register, or they can meet with one of our leadership members, and we'll walk them through registration.
Ava, is there anything else as the team administrators that parents need to know if they'd like their children to participate in this newly merged team, the Laurel Stallions?
Yes, we are going to have a sign-up on this coming Saturday, April 26th, at the Sports Authority here in Laurel. And they just need to come prepared to register their kids with maybe their physicals, depending on which side they're registering. If it's AAU, they will have the forms available. For Pop Warner side, they may need a physical, and we're going to need IDs for each of them. So we ask them to go to MVA and get a state-issued ID for their children. So those are the things that we'll need from them in order for them to register. We also forgot to mention that we also offer basketball.
Right. And the big thing about football is the season starts when?
In August, the end of August. AAU and Pop Warner side both starts pretty much around the same time. And one of the things I don't think Ava nor Andre mentioned, that a lot of us are gearing up for what we call our Jamboree.
Okay.
And the Jamboree is real exciting because this is the opportunity where all the teams, we get a preview look at all the football players to kind of give them an opportunity to decide where they want to play at. So they come together, and that's really exciting. We have a lot of vendors there. We have a lot of different community workers come out, and they support that organization. So if you want to hear about something that's nice, the football Jamboree is really exciting. That's coming up.
Has that been scheduled yet?
We don't have an
looking at
exact
it?
date. I know the MFC side will be having a Jamboree. You'll hear a little bit more about that.
Okay.
So you can continue to check the website.
Okay.
The website is a great opportunity to find out what all the upcoming events that we have. We always try to post everything on the website, give parents opportunity if they have questions to call us. Andre's number is always available. It's listed on the website. It's also a way that they can sign up too. I think they mentioned that. They can sign up on the website. Just go to, www.laurelstallions.com, and they can sign up there.
Sounds
And
great.
Right now, if they sign up early, they get a discount.
All right, well, money in your pocket. Who wouldn't want that, right?
Who wouldn't want that?
Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Sounds like a match made in heaven there.
Thank you so
Go
much
out
for
and win
having
some
us.
championships
That's
for Laurel,
right.
right?
Appreciate it.
The new composting facility at Western Branch is part of the county's Green Initiative, and that means it no longer accepts plastic bags for yard waste. Now, some residents may have not gotten the word that they need to brown bag it, so I've invited Rob Faree from the Department of Public Works here for a little show and tell on what's acceptable and what's not acceptable when it comes to bagging our yard waste. Okay, so Rob, plastic is out?
Plastic is out. Plastic does not degrade or biodegradable, and it's not. It has a problem with the machines when they shred up the materials.
Okay, so everybody as of January 1 in Laurel should have gotten the word that they need to brown bag it now. So throw out that plastic and show me the brown bags that you can get these at Home Depot.
You can get these at any hardware store, and any biodegradable paper bag is acceptable, whether it's one from Home Depot or just one that you got from a grocery store.
Okay, and what happens if you don't put your yard waste in a paper bag? What will happen to it?
Well, we're going to have to take it to a separate landfill because they won't accept them at the recycle facility.
Does that cost the residents if you have to do that?
Yes, there's an additional charge for special collection of that type of debris.
Has that happened? Are people getting the word that they need to use paper, or are you still seeing a lot of plastic bags curbside when you make the pickup runs?
It's kind of about Maybe half and half, but people are complying with switching over. They're looking for alternatives rather than bags. So we've told them that they can use any type of container to put them in so that we can just collect them out of the containers.
Right, so if you don't have a paper bag, what can you use instead?
You can use a trash can or a recycle bin, or you can contact Public Works and ask them to rent you a large container to put your yard waste in.
Now, what about bundles and branches? I see a lot of that when you drive around on pickup days. What's the proper way to, bundle up your tree branches and limbs and shrubbery and things like that that you want the trucks to pick up?
Okay. They have to be under 6 feet long and under 3 inches in diameter and tied in bundles that these guys can pick up and put right into the trucks.
If they're not properly bundled, what happens?
It just takes a lot of time to pick them up, and for the most part, we can deny collecting them because it's just too time consuming to pick them up one by one.
So if you cut down a bunch of shrubs and things like that and you find that they're small enough pieces to fit into a paper bag, is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So what about scheduling a pickup? Is there a way that you recommend for people to get their yard waste picked up?
They can call the Department of Public Works, or they can visit our website through the city and schedule it through, emails.
Okay. So once again, plastics out, time to brown bag it.
Correct.
All right. Rob, thank you very much for being with us. If people want more information, we're just going to direct them to the Department of Public Works website. Go to the City of Laurel's website at cityoflaurel.org and then look for the DPW site and on yard waste.
Yes.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you very much for being with us. Lake Fest is where spring and summer really begin in Laurel, and this year it's taking place on May 3rd from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. at the Granville Goody Park. And now joining us now from the Department of Parks and Recreation to tell us a little bit more about Lake Fest 2014 is Bonnie Ducote. Bonnie, thank you for being with us.
No problem.
Lake Fest, the name sounds like fun just from the sounds of things. Tell me about what's all involved with that.
Lake Fest is one of our premier events. We celebrate the opening of our lake house and our paddle boat season. We invite the entire community out to enjoy lots of stuff throughout the day. We have entertainers, we have activities, we have games, we have some special guests. We'll have wildlife adventures, which will bring some cute little animals. In the previous years, they brought ducklings and turtles, and even last year they brought a chinchilla.
That's pretty cool. Now, is there a charge for Lake Fest?
It is a free event. If you wish to participate in the paddle boating, it is a $5 charge for a half hour. We do require a $5 deposit for each paddle boat. Also, we'll have concessions there throughout the day. Those do have an additional cost associated.
Now, during the year, does it cost to ride the paddle boats at the lake?
Yep, it's the same price. It's $5 for a half hour and a $5 deposit.
Now, somebody tell me there might be clowns out there. Tell me about that. Isn't that part of Lake Fest?
We have a circus school joining us. Last year was our first time utilizing them. This year they'll join us again. We have clowns, and they'll do twirling and all types of pretty cool entertainers.
Is that the big draw? Do people really like the circus?
Well, the circus is a big draw, along with bounce houses, and we'll have a parachute out there. All the colors and everything that we bring out actually draw a lot of attention to the park that day.
So for people who don't know where Granville Goody Park is located, tell us about that.
Granville Goody Park is the large park adjacent to the lake. You can access the park from Mulberry Street. The actual address is 8300 Mulberry Street, Laurel, Maryland. And you can also access the park from Cherry Lane or the parking lot where Don Pablo's used to be.
And how many people do you think will come out for Lake Fest this year?
Typically, we get quite a few, in the hundreds. So we'll have hundreds of people out there, and it's a great time for every family in the community.
Kind of like extravaganza. That was a big fun this year.
That was a big event. We probably will have more at Lake Fest, but the kids definitely had a good time at extravaganza this year.
All right, so plan ahead. May 3rd, Lake Fest 2014.
Yep.
Bonnie, thank you so much for being with us.
No problem. Thank you.
And thank you for watching the debut edition of the Laurel Community Spotlight. I'm Audrey Barnes. If you have a show idea or just want to pass along something you'd like to see on the new Laurel TV, feel free to contact me at laurelpio@laurel.md.us, or you can also give me a call at 301-725-5300, extension 2208. We'll see you next time.